feet are hated and beloved. They are the most polarizing part of the human body.
True.
Some people are so scared of feet. If you were to take your shoes and socks off, they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" like you just got butt naked or something. Like, what are you doing? No. Oh, no. And then some people love feet so much that they actually pay money to go on crazy sexual websites.
Yeah.
For just feet.
Yeah.
I know this because a woman told me this, who's a professor at a college, by the way. But on the side, she gets her feet on. This is real. There's actual websites out there. You don't even show your face or nothing. You just show your feet and you're just like wiggling the toes.
Only feet.
Yeah, only feet. Yeah, you make them dirty and then you wash them off. And people actually pay money for this.
Really?
So I say all that just to say that the feet are hated and loved by human beings. The most polarizing part of the human body. And that's what's fascinating about them.
Yeah.
Why do people hate them and why do people love them? I don't know if I have the answer for either of those. But I do know that we walk on them every day. And they take a beating. They take a beating. The two body parts that take a beating are the feet and the eyes. Yeah. Because we use them constantly, except when we're sleeping. Yeah.
So, like, being that it's most of your body weight is on your feet anyways, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's heavily impacting posture or...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the position of your musculoskeletal system directly affects the way that you walk, which we call gait pattern, G-A-I-T. And so you can tell someone's posture by looking at their feet.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
If you see a callus, for example, on the inside of the big toe,
the props.
If you were to see a callus right here, then you know they're probably duck-footed a little, and they're coming down like that, right? Because the body is always going to protect itself against friction. So if that toe doesn't like that friction that's happening, it's going to just develop a callus. It's also what happens with bunions. This muscle gives out. This whole muscle right here gives out. And the hallucis, which is what the toe is really called, starts moving inward. And that, you see this joint right here?
Yeah.
You see these two bones connect right here? That's a joint. And that joint can inflame. And then it fills up with fluid. And so there's your bunion. And it can also happen on the other side. It's called a Taylor's bunion. Same deal. The muscles give out and the pinky toe comes in and then this joint can inflame. It takes a while. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes probably 15, 20 years. But if you don't know that you're walking like that, guess what's coming? You're going to Bunionville.
So, like, what can you do to fix it?
You have to get your musculoskeletal system back in alignment through, of course, postural alignment therapy. And get your knees back on top of your ankles.
Really? Because that's what's causing...
And your hips back on top of your knees.
Yeah.
And your shoulders back on top of your hips. And your ears on top of your shoulders to get that straight line.
So all of that is causing a bunion?
Can be. Well, bunions can also come from tight shoes.
Yeah.
But that's what makes the feet so different. Not only will bad posture hurt your feet, but your footwear can as well. Like high heels. You've heard me say many times high heels. Like
Yeah.
when I go on a date and she has high heels on, she's gonna get a spiel. Like, do you know what that's doing? Eh, you're walking like this. Does that make any sense? That makes no sense. Right? But there's so much other things that happen to the foot. Flat feet,
Yeah.
which typically is because babies aren't crawling long enough while your feet are developing. Then there's high arches, too high arches. And I'm sure you've seen most of this on the analysis videos because I'm always zooming in and examining their feet during the analysis. Got the high arches,
What is it?
hammer toes.
What does high arch mean?
It just means that the curve in your foot has gone like diagonal.
Yeah, why is that bad though?
Oh, it's the muscles are just completely hijacking the foot.
Oh.
So it's more like a symptom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the hammer toes, the toes like sideways.
Yeah, the muscles are just, hammer toes are like, I can't really do anything with this, but it's just like this. Stop.
Oh.
Hammer time. I saw a hammer toe. I think it was yesterday. I did 4 analyses. I think.
Yeah, I remember you on one of the videos.
Do you watch them all? You actually watch them all?
Yeah, I have to.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
What?
so yeah, there was a hammer toe. You could tell. I could tell a lot by looking at the feet for sure.
That part, the tan looking, that's fascia, right?
Yes.
So plantar.
Well, there's ligaments and tendons.
What is plantar fasciitis?
Plantar fasciitis is when the fascia on the bottom becomes stretched and inflamed.
So it's
Now, there's also plantar fasciosis.
okay.
Itis means inflammation. Osis means deterioration.
Oh,
So osis is worse than
So-
itis.
itis. Well, I mean, osis is like the progressed version of
Yeah.
itis. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Is that when it's like starting to come off the bone or something like
Well, I mean, it's just they're lacking so much nutrients that it's just deteriorating.
that? So is plantar fasciitis? Would you say? I know it probably has some element of posture, but would it be a nutritional or a postural issue?
It's more posture, but nutrition plays a factor because we're dealing with soft tissue and hard tissue. So, your seleniums, your coppers, your zincs, your cholesterol, your collagen, these are all factors. But it's mostly posture. I remember having plantar fasciitis,
Jeez.
and I didn't know what it was.
You just
At the
couldn't bend
time.
your feet.
No, I could bend it. It just hurt when I walked.
Oh.
It felt like you're stepping on glass. And it's
Jeez.
like, what the heck is happening? And, you learn postural alignment therapy and you get out of your discomfort in a month, It's like incredible.
It's crazy how it's not more popular. Yeah.
Well, our goal is to make it popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I get shocked when people start feeling results as soon as the class is over.
Right.
Like even I remember I did one of my favorite exercises you gave me was like static back day, that whole routine.
Yeah.
And I remember doing it with the class, and like I noticed my back in the beginning of the class, it was like had a big arch, but by the end of the class, it was like relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, geez.
Yeah, because the body knows what it's doing. So if you give it the environment, it just pops back in, But the feet take a while. And in the foot rescue, which is in the
you got a
membership,
foot rescue out.
the foot rescue, the protocol has certain devices that we use to make sure that the toes are separated correctly. And then we give everyone the nutrition they need and the exercises they need. One of the good ones is guided foot circles.
Oh, you put your fingers in.
Yeah, you get your hands right into your feet,
Yeah.
right? And then you guide them doing the foot circles.
Hmm.
You know, you'd be surprised as to how many people can't do a foot circle.
So if your feet hurt, Dr. Reese just put in a foot rescue for those of you looking to get your feet rescued. I mean,
Yep.
it's
The
interesting.
dogs.
Dogs.
One of the routines is called barking dogs. Ankle biter, barking dogs, foothills. Yeah.
So you got a lot of routines in there.
Yeah, just do the routines, take the nutrients, and get the toe separators. Yep. Get the foot back. Start restoring your feet.
Yeah.
And it'll help. But now keep in mind we also have to fix the entire posture. Because you're still gonna walk.
Mm-hmm.
However you walked yesterday is how you're gonna walk today. It takes time doing the therapy for you to change your gait pattern. So
Would you recommend people walk after they do these exercises or before?
after would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
A teacher of mine once taught me, change your body during therapy and then go walk with your new body.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I recommend going for a walk after doing your therapy.
Interesting.
But if you have to go before, then go before. But walking goes with postural therapy. Go for a walk, definitely. Get your 10,000 steps.
It's like you're putting it into practice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Absolutely. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, these are the dogs, man. I mean, they love them, they hate them. It's amazing how much of a beating they take. Look what's holding them together. You know, these tendons, and you got your Achilles in the back. Think about how many athletes end up with these surgeries, these crazy surgeries, you know. And, you know, the body's a unit. So if you have tight calves and you have tight glutes and your spine is off and you have a posterior pelvic tilt and you have a forward head and this, that, and the other, it can all affect your feet.
Yeah, it's no wonder you have bad feet. Yeah.
So take care of the dogs.
So would you say like the feet are like literally the windows to like, you could tell a lot by as you said before, you could tell a lot by what's happening in the feet.
I don't know if I call them a window. Kind of.
Not.
I mean, ultimately, the pelvis is the biggest window
Yeah. Okay.
because the pelvis is the main part of the body. But the feet really tell a lot, for sure.
Does it impact any type of like other health issues?
Yeah, it can impact everything. If someone has Parkinson's or dementia, you want to look at the feet.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, the posture completely affects the brain. So it's, you know, when I do an analysis, I can just kind of connect the dots. I look at the feet, look at the neck, look at the shoulders, look at the hips, the spine, obviously. So we're just seeing who's being bullied. Who's being bullied by the bones? Oh, I'm sorry, who's being bullied by the muscles? Muscles bully bones. And then tendons and ligaments are the go-between. But there's a lot of muscles in this foot.
Yeah.
I think there's 26 bones.
Really?
Yeah. Just this is amazing alone. Just the tib fib. We're just so brilliantly designed, really. It's amazing. And you can also brush your hair with it.
Okay.
It's our new product, foot comb.
No.
Where we're selling foot combs tonight. $2 million. This one's a real foot. This is a real foot that was gifted to me by a retiring chiropractor.
Someone's foot.
I'm guessing female because it's small. And you can see the calcium deposits. Yeah. It's just a bag of bones, man. Just a bag of bones. This is what an old foot looks like.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
She had a little bit of a bunion. I mean, look at the toes in. And then you got this. Anyway.
Jeez.
Any foot questions?
Yeah, all right. Anyway.
I just want to know why some people have foot fetishes and then some people hate feet.
I don't know.
It's like nobody feels that way with elbows.
Yeah, true.
Nobody feels that way with ears.
Hands.
Bro, could I take a picture of your elbow?
Nobody even feels that way with noses. I mean, noses aren't pretty if you go looking up the nostril.
Yeah.
Why feet? Maybe it's because we sweat down there.
And it's on the ground, I guess.
I mean, you could even take something good like herbs, like a tincture, rub it on the bottom of your feet. It'll get into your bloodstream.
Yeah, that's a good way to get. Interesting.
We have protocols with mineral sprays where you spray your feet. In the foot rescue course, I also teach clients how to take care of the feet too with maintenance. How to give yourselves a foot bath. What creams to put on. And, to make sure that you're sawing down your calluses.
Sawing down.
You got to saw them down. You can't just walk around with calluses. You're throwing your whole posture off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got to take care of the dogs. Sparky and Rufus. Let's go. Take care of them.
Let the dogs out.
Let the dogs out. Let the dogs out. And walk barefoot as much as you can.
Yeah.
Unless you have a toddler in your house with stuff all over the place, you should be walking barefoot. Walk barefoot all the time. Go out in your backyard, walk barefoot. Just don't step in any dog doo-doo.
So what do you do if you do that, though?
If you step in dog doo-doo?
Yeah, is that going to throw your posture off?
I mean, there's technically minerals in there.
Anyways, Coach Karen.
Way to bring the mood down, Levi.
Well, I mean, they're wondering. I'm pretty sure.
Don't. Karen, were
No?
you wondering?
Oh my gosh.
So, question for you.
Yeah.
Since one risk for women as they age is falling, and I would think that if their gait is off and they have issues with their feet, their balance is off, and the risk of falling would be greater.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's a good point.
PAT, postural alignment therapy. That's the answer. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
So a lot of older people are very, very lazy.
Yeah, they sit down a lot.
They sit down and they don't get up.
The challenge is, too, that when somebody goes to a podiatrist, they tell them to wear corrective shoes, but it's not the correct shoes. It's shoes that basically immobilize the feet from walking and moving and using the muscles. So it actually makes it more difficult for their feet to operate. And then if they wear slippers around their house, and like you said, they're immobilizing their feet where they're not using their muscles, then it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with orthotics.
Yeah.
Same with orthotics. That's why in the foot rescue, I also give my recommendations for shoes and all that stuff. So, the shoes are harming us. You think about a pair of Jordans, which are, the top of the line shoe that everyone wants, but unless you're playing actually on the court playing basketball, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nike changed the game. Nike started coming out with the air pockets, and that brought the shoe up like a half an inch. So everyone's walking around like a half inch or an inch taller than they really are. And we were programmed to think that having cushioning is good, but it's not. It's good for basketball. I mean, if you're jumping and you're coming down on your feet, obviously. But you're walking around the house or you're going for a nice walk, you want as barefoot as possible. You want your feet to do what it's naturally supposed to do.
Yeah. No. Oh, well, Karen, did you have any comments or questions from the members room?
Yeah, there are a few. So one of our members, Mila, she says she uses yoga toes, and she says they're the best.
Yeah.
Yoga toes.
Yep, and we have something similar to that in the foot rescue protocol.
Good stuff.
And then Lori was saying that her backyard is full of rocks and hot cement. She might burn her feet, but she does walk around her house barefoot.
Walk fast in the backyard. Well, I remember being a kid and going to swim in someone's pool, and you get out of the pool.
It's hot concrete. Yeah.
The hot concrete, and you're just kind of dancing around. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all good for the feet.
Anything else, Karen?
Yeah, Donna said she bought the toe spacers, and she's wondering how often to use them.
Yep, that's in foot rescue.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it in there, Donna.
And then let's see what else. Mare says that she goes barefoot most of the year inside and out, but she has calluses. How do you mean I have to get rid of them?
You gotta saw them down. Give yourself a foot bath, and then you gotta just. It's a little bit of work, you gotta take care of the dogs.
Take care of the dogs.
Take care of the dog.
I thought maybe like shred the cheese, maybe. It's a
Shred
better
the
term.
cheese?
No, shred the cheese.
Shred the cheese. It's kind of like a cheese shredder. Yeah, you're making some Parmesan.
I don't like that analogy at all.
I actually enjoy cheese.
No.
No.
It's just terrible.
Yeah, when you're sawing down the calluses, it's turning into dust, so to speak. That is what dust is, right? It's your skin. We're all shedding.
Constantly. Yeah.
Constantly. All this dust we have in the studio, it's Levi and Sean.
No.
None of it comes from Kevin at all.
No, it's the hair. When you find hair, that's me. I shed like a German Shepherd.
Yes, you do. Any other comments or questions, Karen?
I'm trying to find the ones that are foot related first.
Okay.
Let's see. Donna says, nice feet criteria for the man I would marry. And Mila says it's been going on for centuries, the foot fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It needs to be studied.
I don't really understand it. I mean, you do have extra nerves there, so I suppose I understand if someone was touching it, but
Pictures
and video, I'm not too sure I understand that. But someone in the members' room is doing it. I know it. I know it. They got a subscription. I know it. They're like, yeah, Dr. Reese Plus and feet only. It's my 2 subscriptions.
No. Crazy.
Donna says there are stones to shave off the dead skin on the feet
Oh yeah.
after the foot are soaked, and those are called pumice stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know those are.
Yeah, they're a
Interesting.
girl's best friend.
Really.
Yep,
They're like
the
really
guy's
light.
best friend too.
Yeah. I swear my mom had some.
Well, women, I mean, most women go and get a pedicure. But I think doing it yourself at home is a much better idea. Because you don't know what chemicals they're using. You don't.
Well, you
They're
don't know if you're
sanitary.
going to walk out of there with some sort of like infection from the last person.
Yeah,
If they didn't
exactly.
tools properly or things like that.
Yeah. But reflexology is pretty cool. If you ever go to a reflexologist,
Yeah, I did.
we have one here in the building. You went to see her?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like I fell asleep a couple times, but they do this whole session in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then and then after the session is over, they'll tell you what they found in the feet.
Yeah.
And it was pretty accurate. I mean, a lot of it is just tension in the tissues, issues in the tissues.
Issues in the tissues. Yeah.
And that's what you're able to find. And apparently certain parts of the feet are connected to certain organs or emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the full science of it.
In a lot of Eastern tradition, there's certain parts of the feet that would relate to different organs, things like that as well.
Yeah.
So.
She was able to tell. I didn't tell her, but my whole colitis situation, she was able to tell. She was like, there was a lot of damage or tension in your intestines. And I was like, whoa, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Take care of the dogs.
Yeah.
Walk the dogs. Come on, let's go. Don't be afraid. If you don't want anyone to see, lock the door.
Any last questions before we start answering actual questions in the members room?
Ken says, can people with flat feet develop an arch with posture work?
Yes. It might take a while, but yes. Yep.
And then Deb is asking, well, actually, she's commenting that her feet neuropathy is getting so much better.
Awesome.
Good to hear.
Great to hear, Deb.
Keep up the work. Come to the classes.
Awesome.
Now, I just want to add, as a side note too, when I found you myself a couple of years ago, unfortunately, I'm one of those bunion people. And one time we were on a call together with all our group, and you said, Karen, can you put your fingers between your toes? And oh my gosh, it hurt so much because I did not have that flexibility to do that. But now I can.
Wow.
And I have so much more splay in my toes, and my balance is better. It's just amazing with the postural exercises what it can do.
Yeah.
It's just made a huge difference.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing that shocked me was the fact that it was able to help your TMJ situation, like postural therapy.
It's because it's head to toe healing.
Yeah, this
Works
is the
on the
crazy
TMJ,
part.
which is on the head,
Yeah.
and then we're working on the bunions, which are the feet.
It's amazing to me.
I forgot you had bunions until you mentioned it.
Yeah, I know. Now you're going to ask me about them all the time.
You walked into that one, Karen.
I know. I was hesitating to share, but I figured it would be helpful.
So what?
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing is when I went to the podiatrist initially, they told me I had inflammation in my toes, and I was so shocked. I was like, "Are you kidding me? I've never had arthritis. What are you talking about?" And then they started telling me to wear all kinds of different shoes that supported my feet but didn't let my feet bend anymore, and things got worse and worse. So it was bad.
Yeah. Once you start learning postural alignment therapy, head to toe healing, really, it's like X-ray vision, but you can't turn it off. I can't turn it off.
Yeah.
I can't turn it off. It doesn't go off. So I don't know, as you guys have learned, you, Levi, Karen, and even a lot of the members, I don't know if you also see it. But if you go to the mall or a park, or you see people walking a certain way, or perhaps during the summer where people are wearing less clothes, you can see their knees, you can see their ankles, you can see their neck, you can see their shoulders, and you're just like, huh, this person, blah, blah, blah. And it's like you're kind of violating them unintentionally. But it's good practice to understand the musculoskeletal system.
Yeah, how it works, yeah.
Yeah. But feet are the ones that, women tend to wear shoes with their feet out all summer long. So I'm constantly looking at feet. Constantly.
And you see it.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunion coming there. There's a flat foot there. There's, some hammer toes there.
But you give out a lot of the information and the analysis. That's what, as I'm watching it more and more, like, how you talk about the whole body and like how everything connects, how like it basically domino effect happened to. That's why you feel pain right here, or
Right.
you're able to see the pain before you actually are told there's pain in that area. That's
Right.
the cool part to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, bunions is one of the ones where you can see it coming. You don't just wake up one day with a bunion. You see it coming. It like takes 5, 10, 15 years, So
There's just not the awareness for it, though. I mean,
no,
it
well,
happens
you-
gradually, and people don't really talk about how to remedy it. And when you go to the medical establishment, they're not going to help you. They're just going to give you something that is temporary to relieve the pain, but nothing about reversing it. And that's what was so amazing for me when I found you in the clinic. It was incredible because I came in for TMJ issues, but through the analysis process, you discovered so many other things that were going on with my body. I had no idea. And basically, I was a train wreck ready to happen.
yeah.
And you turned it around, which was really amazing. And now I feel great every day. I feel just balanced and strong and healthy.
Yeah.
It's incredible to have that. And it really didn't take long to turn that around. Just probably under 2 months, maybe just right around that time frame.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, and then the craziest thing I've heard was a doctor told a couple of people, I was speaking to some people in the comments, that it was genetic. They're like, bunions are genetic. I said, I don't think so. I mean,
If it was genetic, you'd have it as a 1-year-old.
yeah.
Right?
1-year-old with a bunion.
Yeah. If you're not born with it, it's not yours.
So get rid of it.
Yeah. It's not like a birthmark,
Yeah.
where you're like, I mean, come on. Or the color of your eyes.